Hello everyone, welcome to the channel TutorBox. In today's class I am going to discuss about another lecture of pharmacovigilance, and in this lecture we will discuss about unit 4 lecture, and this is about the clinical trial, safety data generation in clinical trial. So before moving forward, I am just requesting you all that those who have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel as well as hit the bell icon so that you can notified about the new lectures. And you all know that in the description box we have a link of the notes, so check the link of the notes of this lecture, as well as at the end of lecture we have a 5 MCQ. So solve all these MCQ and give the answer in the comment box. So first we have to understand about the clinical trial. So in this lecture we will discuss about the comparison of clinical trial. So you all know by showing this chart, generally we all know that there are 4 type of trial: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4. But in this chart you are looking that there is a phase 0 trial. So in some year back, around 2007 to 8, there was a new incorporation of phase 0, and these phase 0 trial are known as a microdosing trial. So first we have to understand what is clinical trial. Clinical trial kya hai? Basically we can understand it by dividing this word clinical plus trial. Trial means when we are doing a study in someone, okay, and clinical means when we are doing a study in the human patient. If we are talking about the preclinical means the trial which performed in the animals like rat, mice and rodents and primates. Clear? But clinical means the study which is performed on the human beings. Clear? So वो ट्रायल जो कि ह्यूमन पर परफॉर्म की जाती है, जिससे कि बहुत सारे डाटा उस नई ड्रग के आइडेंटिफाई किए जाते हैं, उस ट्रायल को हम क्या बोलते हैं? क्लिनिकल ट्रायल बोलते हैं. क्लियर एवरीवन? So this clinical trial are divided into 5 phases. So those phases are phase 0, then phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4. So one by one we will discuss each and every trial and we will comparing all these trial. So first understand what is the objective of phase 0 trial. So the objective of phase 0 trial is what? It is the first in man in humano. The word is known as in humano. So first in man, an early trial to determine if the drug engages its expected target. So generally we are taking our lead compound from the preclinical study. Clear? So if the preclinical data are good enough to take them into the human, for that particular purpose these trials are designed, so that we are able to identify that whatever our lead compound, जो भी हमारा lead compound है, that compound is engaging its expected target or not. Clear everyone? So this is our objective. And in phase 1, what is our objective? We determine metabolic, pharmacological action and maximal tolerated dose. So in phase 1 trials, what we are doing, first we determine the metabolic data. We want to identify the metabolic data. Then what is the pharmacological action we are finding in the phase 1 clinical trial in human? Are those data are similar to those that we find in preclinical trials? Clear? So these things, and as well as maximum tolerated dose we also identify in these trials. Then if we are talking about the phase 2, then in phase 2 what we are doing, we are evaluating the effectiveness of the drug. This is the first one. Then the second one is short term ADR, short term adverse drug reaction we also identified. And the third one is identify common risk for a specific population. A specific population means like pregnant women, like children, like elderly patient and the comorbid situation patient. Clear? For them we identify the some common risk factor in phase 2 trials. Clear everyone? And then the phase 3 objective. So the objective is to obtain additional information about effectiveness on clinical outcome. So whatever our clinical outcome, suppose our clinical outcome is to treat the cancer. So what is the effectiveness of this lead compound which we have selected. So we identify and we try to get the effectiveness of that drug in the phase 3, as well as we also evaluate overall risk benefit ratio in demographic diverse sample. So in phase 3, because phase 3 trials are a bigger trial comparison to phase 2 and phase 1, that's why we have a lot of demographic diverse sample. So in that demographically diverse sample, we try to identify risk benefit ratio. Clear? Then in phase 4 trial, so phase 4 trials are just after the approval of the drug, so we are monitoring ongoing safety in large population. So phase 4 is conducted in the large sample of population, and what we are doing ongoing safety parameter. We monitoring the ongoing safety parameter, and additionally we try to identify that this drug may be used for other condition as well or not. Okay, suppose a drug is approved for asthma, so whether this drug is also useful for other condition like diabetes or some other type of conditions. Clear? So we try to identify these factors as well in phase 4 trials. So this is about the objective. Clear? Now just understand factors to identify. So what kind of factors we are able to identify in them? So we will able to identify PK data, pharmacokinetic data, then pharmacodynamic data, as well as we also able to identify mechanism of action in phase 0 trial. If we are talking about the phase 1 trial, then we are able to identify bioavailability as well as bioequivalence data. Okay, and then PK data, pharmacokinetic data, PD data means pharmacodynamic data, and dose proportionality data and metabolism data. Clear? So all these data we are able to identify in phase 1. Then if you're talking about phase 2, then PD data also we are able to identify, and PK data we are also identify in phase 2 data, as well as drug disease interaction we are able to identify drug interactions. Clear? Drug interaction and drug disease interaction. Okay. Then patient safety data and efficacy at various doses, that we are also able to identify in phase 2. And then if you are talking about the phase 3, then disease interaction, this will disease drug interaction as well as drug interaction also we are able to identify in phase 3. Apart from these 2 points, we also able to identify the doses interval, how much doses interval we have required. So we are able to identify doses interval, then risk benefit ratio or risk benefit information, as efficacy and safety for various subgroups. Clear everyone? Then if we are talking about the phase 4 trials, then in phase 4 trial we can identify pharmacoeconomics data, okay, and epidemiologically data, and further efficacy and safety in large population. Clear everyone? So this is about the factors we are identifying, means what kind of data we are getting in these trials. So this is the comparison of the trial. Now the question occur in our mind, what will be the sample size, how much number of patient or persons we will take in these clinical trials. So if we are talking about the phase 0, then we are taking 10 to 15 persons, 10 to 15 person in these phase 0 trial. Then phase 1 we will take 20 to 80 person or patients. Then phase 2 100 to 300. Clear everyone? And then in phase 3 just you can put 10 here and 10 more here, so means 1000 to 3000 persons. And in phase 4 thousands of patients, or depending on the end point of the clinical trial. Clear everyone? Now again the question come in our mind that what kind of person we will take in these clinical trial. So just understand volunteers, what kind of volunteer. So here we take healthy volunteer, okay, HV I can write, and particularly for cancer study we can take cancer patient. So cancer patient for particularly a targeted disease. In phase 1 we will take healthy volunteer, okay. Then if phase 2 will take volunteer with targeted medical condition, means patient, particularly patient for which we are conducting a trial. Suppose we are conducting a trial for asthma, then we are taking asthmatic patient. VTM means volunteer with targeted medical condition, clear. And in phase 3 again we are taking VTM, means volunteer with targeted medical condition. And in phase 4 this is again VTM, or depending on the trial, because sometimes we are doing a study with the like gender specific, okay. Now just understand the another point, that is data in focus. What kind of data we require, or on which we have a focus, means which type of data we want to check in these trials. So phase 0 trial are known as basically microdosing trials. So particularly in this trials, what we are getting PK and PD data, pharmacokinetic and pharmacodynamic data, as well as generally these are the phase 0 study and very initial studies. So we are getting data which support the preclinical studies, clear. Then phase 1 study, particularly vital sign in response of the drug, then adverse event we are looking for, and plasma and serum level of the drug we are looking for in these phase 1. Then in phase 2 we are looking on the dose response, what is the response of our drug, how it act and how much response we are getting. Then tolerance, particularly tolerance of the drug or dose. Then adverse event we are looking for, okay, and efficacy of the drug and its dose, clear. Then we are looking for which type of data in phase 3. So we are taking the laboratory data and adverse event and efficacy. So remember that adverse event and efficacy we are looking for in phase 2 and phase 3 trials, that is important. So phase 2 onwards we are looking for efficacy and adverse event, clear everyone. So in phase 4 we are also looking on efficacy, epidemiological data and pharmacoeconomics data, as well as adverse event, clear everyone. So generally question asked in the examination, so adverse event and efficacy cannot identify in which type of trial. So generally in phase 1 and phase 0 trials, okay, and phase 2 onwards we are able to identify exact data on the efficacy, clear. And sometimes question asked on sample size as well as on the volunteers. So these are the two important points, which type of volunteer we are using in phase 0 and phase 1 and any of the phases, clear. Then further we have a dose. So which type of dose we are taking in this. So this is a phase 0 trial. So max to max we are taking 100 microgram dose or a cumulative dose of 100 microgram in a single dose, or 100 microgram in a multiple dose, but the cumulative dose is 100 microgram, clear. But in some approaches sometimes also there is a 500 microgram as well, there is the another dose, okay. Then phase 1 generally we are taking single ascending dose, okay. Here we are not doing ascending, any ascending not required in, no dose ascending is possible in the phase 0. So I am writing here, so we are not doing any dose ascending, but in phase 1 we are doing what? Single dose ascending and multiple dose ascending. Then phase 2 trial, so it is performed on multiple dose and compare with the placebo, clear. You all know about the placebo, I hope. Placebo means it is a compound which is not an active substance, but it gave a psychological effect that we are taking drug, clear. Suppose like homeopathic medicine, okay, we all know that homeopathic medicine having sweet tablets, okay. So sometime we are taking these sweet tablets, and sometime in these sweet tablets there is a no medicine, but they work as a medicine. So this is known as a medicine. Then again in phase 3, again we have a same multiple dose but with ascending. Ascending is there for phase 3 trial, and in phase 4 trials the dose may be variable. There is a variability in the doses. Clear everyone? So this is the difference. So remember, phase 2 and phase 3 both have a multiple dose, but phase 2 is with the placebo and phase 3 with the ascending dose. So that is the difference. And phase 1, so remember by a trick, here is a 1 and here is only a single. So single dose is starting, but it also have a multiple. Clear? And in phase 0 we do not have any dose escalating. Then if you are talking about the design, so design is what type of study we are performing. So we are performing on study on a single dose, as well as it is unblinded, and uncontrolled. Okay. And if you are talking about the phase 1, then phase 1 is single ascending dose. Here dose is not ascending in phase 0. Okay, but in phase 1 there is a ascending in the dose of single dose. And unblinded, there is a no blinding. It is a unblinded and uncontrolled. Generally trials are blinded and controlled, but this phase 1 is unblinded and uncontrolled. Okay, I hope you people are able to understand about the blinding and control meaning. Okay. And then phase 2 trials. So phase 2 trials there are so many types of these trials. So placebo controlled trial, active controlled comparison, and well-defined entry criteria are also available in the phase 2. Which patient will be selected, what are the exclusion criteria, what are the inclusion criteria. Okay. Then phase 3 are generally they are randomized controlled trial, and 2-3 arms, treatments arms are there in the phase 3 trials. And we also have a broader eligibility criteria in the phase 3 trials. And phase 4 trials are what? Uncontrolled and observational. Recently I teach you some pharmacovigilance methods like case control studies, cohort study, retrospective cohort study, prospective cohort study, cross-sectional studies. So all of these kind of trials are what? Phase 4 trials. So they are observational study. Recently in unit 3 we discuss about the pharmacovigilance methods. So we discuss about the comparative observational methods. So all of these type of methods are what? Phase 4 study. So you can, here we can write case control study, cohort studies, okay, as well as cross-sectional study. So these are the type, or we can say design of the phase 4 trials. Okay. Then if you are talking about the duration, for how much duration these trials are running. So at phase 0 is up to 1 month, or we can say generally for 15 days to, but we can say up to 1 month, and it is also for up to 1 month. Okay, phase 1 is also 1 month, and phase 2 for several months, phase 3 is for several years, and phase 4s are generally ongoing because they are started after the marketing of the drug. So these are what we can say ongoing. Okay, so sometime question is also asked on the duration. So remember this point, this is the question asked in the competitive examination about the duration of the trial. Clear? Now just understand about the timing, when we can start the phase 0 trial. So timing is what? It can be conducted with prior approval while final IND review is pending. When there is a IND, investigation new drug application is pending, it is not approved. At that time we can also start this phase 0 trials. Clear? So before IND approval we can start this trials. And phase 1 trial can be started with the phase 0. Okay. And first clinically trials conducted in a IND process. जब IND process approve हो रहा होगा तब भी हम phase 1 को start कर सकते हैं. Okay. Then phase 2 trial, so it is conducted after the approval of phase 1 trial, and whenever we get the data of phase 1, then and phase 1 data is submitted to the FDA and their phase 1 trial is approved. After approval of phase 1 trial, we are able to conduct the phase 2nd trial. For phase 3rd, it is the same, means if FDA approved the phase 2 trial data, so after approval of phase 2 trial data by FDA, we can start the phase 3 trial. And when we can start the phase 4? So after the approval of the drug by FDA to market. Okay, so phase 4 can be conducted after release of the drug by FDA for marketing purpose. Clear everyone? So I hope you people are able to understand this lecture of comparison of clinical trial phases. Okay, so there are so many questions in competitive examination asked in the clinical trials. Okay, check the notes in the description box of this lecture, as well as here I gave the questions on clinical trial, and these questions are already asked in competitive examination, and there is a possibility that they may be asked in the upcoming competitive examination. So solve this question and give the answer in comment box. And if you think this lecture is useful, then share this lecture to your friends. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind.